You're listening to a 213 Productions podcast. Some of the names have been altered or edited out to protect the identities of those involved. Okay. Yep. Looks good.
Okay.
I see waves. I see waves on the fucking sound recording.
Are you all right, man?
Yeah, no, there's some. I took allergy pills, so
Okay.
allergies.
He's just over there doing cocaine now.
Yeah.
I know. I was like,
Cocaine,
hey, hold on. You're doing
motherfucker.
I tried.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast about Sniffers Row. Today we're going to talk behind the scenes, below the scenes, everything in between, from fights to strippers to you think it, we can talk about it. So tonight here we got me, myself, John, and then to my left we got Big Adam. Straight in front of me we got Dave.
Hello.
And then we got a special guest tonight,
The first.
ever on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We call him DJ Andy.
Everybody give him a big round of
Or
fucking
DJ
applause.
Sausage.
DJ Sausage. I forgot about those nicknames.
Sausage, yeah. And Greenleaf, yeah.
Hell to the yes, Mr. Andy. How the fuck are you, sir?
Currently today, super exhausted, but that's besides the point. That has nothing to do with strip clubs. I've just been moving all day.
Hell yeah.
I'm good, man. I'm excited to be here. I
That's
think this is awesome.
fan-fucking-tastic. Fuck
I
yeah.
have been
Well, you
wanting
know
to do
what to say.
this for quite a while.
A
What's
body
that?
in motion stays in motion.
That's
Exactly.
exactly right. So let's keep it going. Andy, why don't you give the listeners a little fucking information about yourself? Like, that's just how did you get introduced to strip clubs in general? What's the origin story of Mr. Andy?
Origin story for me. So I started actually as a wedding DJ, had the experience there, and I was living in a house with like, I don't know, 10 fucking people, including like 4 circus freaks in the basement, which is a different story completely. But I needed another job, and I saw that this club was hiring for DJs, and they conveniently didn't request a lot of experience, but I had the experience, so I took it an interview, and first day,
What club was that?
that was Big Girls.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
nice.
Big Girls. Hell yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
also
A
known
few
as
of
Big
us have been
Girls.
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
So I started as a DJ there, as a like the part-time, let's say not day shift, but early shift. And I remember first day, the girls asked me to cut their strings.
Oh,
And that was
fantastic.
probably my
Hell
first
no.
experience.
Wow. Go
Nice.
ahead. Lay that one out for the listeners as well,
Oh.
if you would, please.
By strings, I mean tampon strings. And they
Yeah.
actually told me that it was a requirement, like that every DJ did it.
Yeah.
I think they may have gotten you on that one, buddy.
Yeah, you know, I was like at the time, so I even had girls like coming in the DJ booth, raising leg, and like show me and like, hey, you need to cut this, and I'm
Probably
like,
weren't
the
even on
fuck
there,
I
but-
do.
So that answers my question. I was going to say, did you have to do it pre-insertion or as it's hanging out? But
As it's hanging out.
Fantastic. Holy shit. Up close
Service
and personal
line
on your
of
first
duty.
fucking day.
Yes.
So like what year roughly? Like around like what year did
Oh,
you
God.
start working at Big Girls there?
Now you're testing me. Let's say, just for the sake of argument, I
A
would
general
say
estimate.
2005-ish.
Ooh, early.
Okay.
Early in the mix.
Yeah.
So he started before
For
I
sure.
died. My career started in 2007.
Yeah, I was gonna say Andy is old school for everybody
sorry,
that doesn't
2006,
know.
so.
You know, he came previous to John's management crew coming up, and so he's an original from before my time at the club for sure. So
I am, yes. And actually, 2007, I remember I got busted because a bitch left a pipe in my car and a cop found it. And that's how I associate that date. Sorry, not to interrupt. But
No,
I
you're
was like,
good.
that's how I associate that. So, yeah, we started Big Girls. That was interesting to say the least. So, owner was, let's call him, and had a wife.
Yep.
I'll just call her used to get paid to have specific customers, and she would close out. So the setup is basically DJ booth is right in the middle, and then stage is right in front, and then you've got 2 private dances, at least at this time, 2 private dances off the side. So on the right side was like the general private dance. I think it was like the $25. It wasn't the VIP. But they would actually close off the right side and let go in there with specific customers for hours. Mind you, she was not a dancer.
I wonder what she was doing.
Oh, I know what she was doing because she was right in
Yeah.
front of the DJ booth. But
Fantastic.
What was she doing?
She was grinding like a motherfucker, like sandpaper, man. She was all over these fucking dudes. And she would get to a point of, like, skirt was off, topless, but with a bra. But skirt was completely off.
Okay.
Panties? No panties?
Dark, but I'm going to go no panties.
Oh,
That would be my
shit.
bet.
Dang.
Do we have insertion?
I'm going to say yes with the stack of money that she came out of.
Gotcha.
Ah,
Gotcha.
yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
One of them dirty dancers.
Yes. Yes. And
Perfect.
dirty, like
I
that.
mean, are they really dirty if they're getting? I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, Adam.
No,
Usually
you're right.
chick
They're
comes
not,
up
but
to you and
we've
said,
we've already discussed that some, have a routine and others jerk you off. So I mean,
But again, she wasn't even a dancer. She was the manager.
well, managers, some have
Oh, she's
a
managing
routine
a lot
Yeah.
more
Some
than
jerk you
I
off.
can speak a lot for managers.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Okay, so like you started at Big Earls. We know the manager's wife is busting down regulars in the private dance room of sorts of her own private dance room. How did you transition out of there from there to the lumberyard, or what's the next step of the story, I suppose?
So, girl that is still technically friends of mine, she said that she was actually working at the lumberyard at the time, and that was in its heyday when they had like Miss Nude Iowa and they had like oil wrestling competitions and all of that. And she was like, hey, I have an in for you. Didn't tell me what that in was specifically, but she was like, I have an in for you. And that in was working as the bathroom guy.
Oh,
Ooh, so
That's worse than cutting tampons.
Yes.
That's worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
The worst part is I worked there for like fucking 8 months. I did work myself up to the head bathroom guy.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Wait a
So
minute.
your Friday
so
and
at
Saturday.
the yard they had 2 bathroom guys.
So they had, it's kind of a pyramid scheme, but there was a main company that actually was in charge of the cosmetology, if you will. So we paid to work.
Oh Jesus! Okay, so you had like
They
a house
provided
fee as
the-
well.
But they
did
provide,
everything.
we had like,
Okay.
in a sense, a house fee, yes.
Okay.
They provide like the basic cologne, some soaps. We had to go out and buy our own cigars, though.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And then we would pay a part to this company.
Okay.
Well, there was also a manager who was in charge of that, and I worked my way up to it just tears my soul even saying it. I worked my way up to that manager position. So I had like 3 people under me, and I was getting paid.
How many of them were in the stall?
One at one time. Yes. I was getting paid by them to work, but I still had to make a payment.
Gotcha.
That's
I think-
wild. I didn't know that. I didn't know that piece of history from that fucking that our dying whale or whatever the fuck I'm calling the
Oh,
lumberyard
God,
these
yeah.
days.
Do you want to take a guess at how much I paid? I could tell you like Saturday was the most.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was
yeah,
a floating.
totally,
It was
yeah.
a floating house
It's-
fee, if
yeah.
you will.
300. I had to pay $300 before I made anything on a Saturday.
Holy shit!
Ouch.
As the bathroom guy.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
man.
Well,
no
What
this
was
is
your
a-
what was
no
your
one
best
is
what was your
Yes,
best
asking
night?
to shake it for me.
Best night
After
as
right,
bathroom.
exactly. Best night in the bathroom. And
After
worst
tip
night,
out, everything
and
going
worst
home,
night was probably 5, I think, if I remember correctly.
and that's going home with 5 in your
Yes.
pocket. Damn. So
That's
$800 in the 5 plus in the bathroom.
That was
You're making
also the
more than some
night
of the
that,
bouncers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but-
absolutely.
to be fair, that was the night that Ron Jeremy came into the club and did his comedy
Did
act.
400 that come from him?
Okay.
No, he didn't even come into the
He
bathroom.
gave him a hard
No,
nine.
he came
though.
in the girls.
He did. He did.
Yes.
There was a guy who ended up completely naked and puked on himself in the stall and had to be carried out by the bouncers.
Oh Jesus.
And the same night that a guy pulled a gun on me because he believed that I was trying to, I believe, take his girlfriend home. I don't even remember the whole situation now.
Holy shit.
But yeah, so best and worst night.
Oh,
Honestly.
wow. Wow. God damn. So, like, how did you get out of the bathroom and into the DJ booth then, I suppose? Because that's where I know you from,
Yes. So that was the original goal, was to be a DJ.
Oh, okay.
At
Because you had
that
already,
time-
you said you had wedding DJ experience. previous-
Exactly.
Okay.
So you
Worked at
spinning the
Big
1
Girls.
and 2s in the bathroom,
Spin
or
the 1 and 2s, yes.
in the bathroom?
Yes.
Like,
Hey,
got a,
man.
got a whole
Hey.
nother vibe in the bathroom going.
Use your
more like-
resources, right?
And
More
Kevin
like-
walks up to the sink.
Right.
Flushing the ones and twos
Yeah,
in the
there we go.
bathroom,
There
you
we go.
know.
Flushing the 1s and 2s.
Right. So
Uh.
I talked to, at the time, Big was the owner or manager. And I talked to him and I kept pushing him, hey man, I obviously don't want to work in the fucking bathroom anymore. I would like to be a DJ. And he had 2 at the time. And if I remember correctly, was just being a fucking douche canoe and was fucking off. Was trying to replace him and then brought me in short term, but also he decided that we were going to have day shift at that point. So like 11 to 3.
Oh damn, day shift is like way early.
That's morning shift.
Yeah, fuck. Holy shit.
Way early.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't know
was it
open
busy?
like that.
You guys serve
No.
breakfast?
Or was it?
We did serve food, but it wasn't
Oh.
breakfast. We
Oh.
had mini tacos, frozen pizzas.
See, I heard they served food there back in the day.
Yes.
I'm fucking
So
jealous.
I knew that was.
We
happening.
did serve food. We used to throw the mini tacos off the crow's nest at customers all the time.
Oh, that's
And-
fantastic.
Jesus
Can you imagine
Christ.
sitting there getting titties in your face and all of a
A
sudden
mini
the
taco.
fucking-
You know,
Bam!
people fucking ate them on the floor.
Oh,
God,
fuck
yeah.
yes, they did.
Oh, that's awful. I don't want to think about that. That's disgusting.
And there were girls doing that ping pong trick.
right with mini tacos.
It's taco inception, motherfucker. It was
Firing 'em
extra
out.
sour cream.
Get your
Yeah.
supreme taco right here.
That's fucking insane. Okay, so like, so how did your first shift as a DJ go in the booth at the lumberyard?
Horribly, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
I think that's everybody's experience.
I think that I was initially supposed to be slated for day shift, but they were still working out the kinks, and I was kind of, for lack of a better term, lackey. And very like, he's a big personality. He also was a douche canoe, and he was sick one night, I think on a Saturday night.
Oh.
And they had nobody else, so they threw me into the fucking wolves, pretty much literally.
Oh shit! So your first DJ shift was a Saturday night?
Yes, sir.
Holy fuck! How many dancers were on the rotation?
At least 30.
Oh fuck! Okay.
And I was fucking losing my goddamn mind.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I have also succumbed to the pressures of a fucking weekend DJ shift, and that is the reason I started doing cocaine in the DJ booth.
Oh my
because
God,
it's a
yes.
lot easier to deal with all that stress while you're fucking high as shit. So,
Oh my God, yes. And so side note, I don't remember when the transition happened, but I also worked at Beach Girls, and there were multiple times, speaking of doing cocaine, that I actually was doing cocaine off the DJ booth, and I remember the manager coming up and like right after and he was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I saw that." I was like, "I saw what? I don't know what you're talking about."
Allergies, right, Dave?
Right.
Allergies.
Fucking out.
There's nothing on the fucking DJ booth.
It's
you can't
fucking
get me
moist.
For that. Exactly.
It's moist out.
It's fucking
There's not a
moist.
rolled up
My
bill.
nostrils are a little.
throw it away.
Exactly.
I use
No.
a little cornstarch to dry it up.
Holy shit. So I got just to like kick in with this as well. I have a very similar experience where I used to put my little bit of cocaine under my fucking paper pad where I had the rotation written out, and I was making all my notes for the girls' songs and shit like that. So I'd have my little fucking spot and I'd bust off my lines, and it was underneath the paper. So I got the paper flipped back. I take my fucking rail and everything, and then I fucking put the paper back down. I turn, and there's a dancer standing there about to like tip me out and like leave. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "You didn't see shit." And she just hands me her money and starts walking away. I was just like, thank fucking God, because she knew my wife, and well, we'll get into that at a different point, but like, yeah, I wasn't very truthful with everybody. I did it in secrecy. So, but yeah, exactly same idea, man. So
Yeah.
Of secrets.
Yeah. Exactly.
shit.
At the beach, we just didn't give a fuck. Like I was like, I don't care. Fire me.
Yeah,
Fire me.
yeah. That's how you get after a while. The fucking
Yeah.
the money's always great, and like, but everybody gets to that point, I think, is working in the clubs that you're like, I don't fucking care anymore. It just whatever. Fuck it. I like my money. I'm gonna keep doing my job, but like, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hands down.
for sure. So
So how long were you at the lumberyard then?
10 years.
Shit.
fuck. Whew.
Yeah.
That's a long fucking time.
That is a long fucking time.
And in total, how many years in the industry? between all of them.
2005. So, and that was 10 years. I would say 15, 16, maybe 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's got a very broad history from fucking DJing to bathrooming to back to DJing and
To
fucking
maintenance man to
Oh shit, you were maintenance too, huh?
Dude, I did pretty much every position in the lumberyard except for manager. There were times that when we did oil wrestling, we would have to crawl under the second stage, and you would have to like take the pole out to
Yeah,
get it set
okay,
up
yeah.
for that. I did that. I helped put up the Nazi plane that's in the corner
Oh, God.
and the lights. I helped put up TVs. I also was a janitor for the lumberyard, so I cleaned at certain shifts as well.
So it was just
That
natural.
was one thing I
was
never
gonna say,
was
yeah.
like. They would ask me like, "Hey, can you clean? Can we're looking for a different plan?" I was like, "Fuck no, I'm not cleaning shit. You guys don't hire me to clean."
Yeah.
Like,
The only reason I
I'll
did
pick
it
up
was
beer
because-
cans, but
right,
that's about it.
right. The only reason I did it was because day shift was not fucking paying. I remember talking
yeah.
to Big and I was like, "Look, man, I'm taking a fucking cab to work every day, and I'm losing money to come here. So we got to figure out something."
Yeah.
Well, you can clean the club. Great.
Fantastic.
Thanks, man.
What a solution, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Here, physical labor. So I was gonna say it's just like it was a natural transition to like film the movie in there as the janitor for the janitor's wife, right?
Yes.
Flashbacks.
Exactly.
I didn't know
Flashback /
that
trauma.
you had
but
done
yes.
that stuff. Yeah.
By the way, it still has like 700 fucking views.
It got 700 views now.
That's awesome.
Oh shit! Everybody, go look up the janitor's wife on YouTube, and it's
Please.
probably it's a splash screen of a guy and a girl standing there looking at each other.
Takes about 5 seconds to start too, just because the
it's this
requirements.
guy.
Yes, it's that guy. And
Yeah.
this guy.
And
And
that
this
guy.
guy.
And yeah, everyone here was a part of the fucking.
Yeah, everybody was a
Yeah.
part of the movie. Adam was behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I just wasn't in it, which is
Yeah.
fine. I didn't want to be in this.
That's what
fucking
behind the scenes means. Duh.
behind the scenes ninja. All right, so I feel like we got a really good history about DJ Andy. So what's fucking next, John? I know you got the old wheel of
yes.
topics.
Yes, wheel of topics.
You know, so I think that I can't wait to hear the viewpoint from Andy's perspective, because it's just like it's all stories I've never heard before.
Right.
Well, I've heard some, but just like like you get the idea. Like it was you got so much chunks like of time that I wasn't there. Fucking dancers, I have no idea who they are. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great. It's gonna be fan fucking tastic.
So, what? I guess we've already talked about this kind of, but what kind of freebies have you gotten from the club?
Oh, there you go.
Have I
From free
personally
food,
gotten?
sex,
Okay.
whatever freebies.
I would say if we're talking about quantity, drugs would be the number one. Food, obviously, because it was day shift and they had to feed us.
Yeah.
But drugs, there was some sex. There was lots of sex there. There's a little
That's
room.
like a shocking surprise.
Oh,
I
there you
know.
go. I was
What?
gonna say that's the next question for you, but we'll get to that. Keep going about freebies.
I'm really trying to think here. Oh, actually, one of my favorites is so they had a Halloween decoration. It's this little vampire, and he looks just fucking like me, and I stole that motherfucker.
Nice.
So when they had they had the lumberyard, just to be clear, they had a porn store briefly downstairs where the
Mhm.
VIP is now.
Yeah, I did. I heard about that. I never got to see that. That would've been cool.
All kinds of free porn. They even sold pipes briefly, so I got a pipe.
Okay.
I don't have it anymore. But
But
I
did
did
they have
it.
like the lumberyard logo on it or something?
No, it was just glass pipes because
Oh,
it was
okay.
the first
So
time.
that'd be dope.
and
I'd be
only
on
time.
eBay
Right.
trying to find
That's
one.
what I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
exactly.
Yeah.
It was the first and only time that I've seen like glass dildos as well. So they had like a nice collection of glass in general,
wonder who's
dildos,
doing
pipes, and a few other things.
Oh wow,
Glass
that's fucking
blowing.
yeah. That's kind of cool. I've always wanted to blow glass. That would have been fucking sweet. I wish that course of action should have showed up earlier in my life. That would have been cool.
Would you make glass dildos?
I would make glass whatever. I honestly would just like to make like glass figurines and fucking trinkets and art and
Okay.
shit. But I mean, like, I'd also blow pipes. I'd blow dildos. I'd blow anything. Wait a
So,
minute, hang on a second.
custom glass work. Back when I worked at the yard, I don't know if you were there or not, Andy, but there was a video that went around of a girl who had a bong inserted into her,
Yeah.
and the guys would smoke out of it
Yeah.
using her vagina as the
Yeah.
water source. Well, needless to say, I spent $60, and I have that same device
Do
upstairs.
you have the actual bong?
Yeah. I went back.
That
and watched
is
the movie.
awesome.
I found a girl who said that she would be willing to do it. I went back and found the movie or found the little clip and looked at it. It was like it's just a steamroller that has a slide pole at the top instead of a normal bowl. It just has a pole.
That is an amazing.
So I got
freebie.
it. I got it made here locally. I have a tube that comes out of it a little bit, so it's got enough.
Yeah,
So it goes into the water and everything. I've used it once. Works great.
I love that actually.
That's fucking cool.
That's not technically a freebie, but it's the best freebie.
No, but it goes along with the
That's-
water
yeah,
pipes.
exactly,
And just a
for
side
sure.
note, sex,
I still think that's the best
Yep,
freebie.
we are our conversation is very free flowing.
Yeah, they go
For
back
sure,
and forth.
for
They go
sure.
back.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
worry about
So
it.
no worries, no worries. But yeah, fucking freebies and shit, dildos and shit.
That's about it. Yeah, I would say drugs is probably the most. Yeah,
Yeah, you do get a lot of free drugs working at the lumberyard.
it's
or
like a
working at any
fucking
strip club.
pharmacy.
Yeah,
Oh,
or even
dude.
just doing security. Like I've
Yeah.
done security at bars, and you get free drugs there. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah.
I got a bottle of fucking 96 Vicodin from a guy. He was
Nice.
just like, "Here you go. I don't need these." I was like, "Thank you."
That is awesome.
It's like, fuck, dude, that's so cool.
I got
Didn't
a
have to
bunch
pay
of weed
shit.
from the lead singer of American Head Charge.
Oh, that's
There
kind
you
of
go.
cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've definitely had a lot of dancers smoke weed with me
Oh,
as
yeah.
just like a thing to do. I got to do a few lines with my dealer. Her shit was always better than my shit for some fucking reason. Like,
Well,
bitch.
you got to pay more.
Well,
There's different levels to
You
it.
know,
You
I
know.
mean, well, I mean,
High,
like she was just
mid-grade,
stepping on my
everything.
shit. That's all it was. It was
Oh, yeah.
fucking, But I did hers in her car with her on break, and I was like, wow, that's what it's supposed to fucking feel like, huh? And so, like, I finally at that point had a basis of comparison for like, good shit and my shit, So,
I think my best freebie was again back in its heyday, and it's not the band, but when Nickelback came into the club, first there was
Christian
somebody.
rock band came in too.
Right. So first there was somebody that ran into Chad Kroger as he was walking into the bathroom. And the bassist, I don't remember his name, was like wiping Chad Kroger off with my spot stain remover because I was the bathroom guy. And then he came back into the bathroom and his bodyguard was literally like back to Chad Kroger's shoulder the entire time he was going pee, and I thought that was fucking amazing. Just the fact that we had to do that. And then Chad Kroger tipped me $20.
oh, that's cool.
There you go. There
Yeah.
you go.
That meant a lot back then, probably too.
Oh
like,
fuck yeah!
Isn't it nowadays a 20 is like a 5 these days? You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
So going off of celebrities,
Yeah.
what are your top 3 celebrities that you've met while in the strip club game?
Rob Zombie.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a pretty good one.
Well, so it was basically Rob Zombie, Nickelback, American Head Charge. American Head Charge was my fave. And then there were some wrestlers as well that I met. Oh, no, sorry. He's not my favorite, but I have to put on the list. Pauly Shore. I came
yeah,
back
yeah.
up to
Oh
the
my
club.
God.
Yeah.
Came back
Oh.
up to the club to smoke with Pauly Shore.
That
Nice.
dude was back yearly when I was.
Yeah.
That was the first
I think
celebrity
every
I
time he
fucking
comes
met.
into town.
Like,
Yeah,
dude,
like,
he was
play
the
the
first
funny
celebrity
bone.
I met. He walks right up to me. I'm fucking working the door, and I'm like, holy shit, it's fucking Pauly Shore. And I got so fucking excited. I was like, oh man, a childhood fucking hero here at the club.
Hero?
And,
Really?
dude,
Really?
he's
Shore
famous.
is
He's a
loved
fucking movie
Pauly
star.
Shore
Yeah,
until
dude,
I
I mean,
met
it's
him.
son-in-law.
good movies,
Hey,
but
yeah.
I would
Biodome.
Hero.
Son-in-law, Encino Man, dude, those
Yeah.
were like the fucking hits of my fucking early 90s,
Yes.
man. I was like, I love that shit. I love that fucking dude for a really long time. And
I
so,
mean,
like,
Martin
I was
Luther King Jr., that's a hero.
Oh, come on.
Like,
Come
but
on.
to put Pauly Shore and say is
Don't
a
deny me
hero.
my fucking existence.
9/11, the firefighters, those are heroes. Over here.
Violent
Pauly
J.
Shore.
Some
Yeah.
people dream small. They don't all have to dream big.
There
But
you go.
the,
There
the
you go.
point the point is that fucking Pauly Shore is a dick.
Yes, I was gonna say,
Sure,
don't
yes.
meet your heroes because
Yes.
that's how he was when I
Yeah.
smoked with him.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that dude is just like he came up, he
But you
wanted
figure
to
he's
get
had
in
his
fucking,
ass kicked or his ass kissed his whole life.
Well, probably.
So-
I mean, like, yeah, you're right. Because, like, when I meet him, it's fucking 15, 20 years after he's a famous, like, movie star and
Yeah.
shit, And so,
And you're
like,
some Joe Blow in Iowa.
right, yeah. So he wants to get in for free. Then he wants to find drugs in the club. Then he wants some fucking young ass dancers to fucking dance for him or blow him or whatever the fuck
Yep.
he's looking for. And it's like, dude, you're a douchebag. And then he leaves without spending any money. or at least when I met him.
he may
like,
have
a few
left with
times.
something.
Well, I mean, who knows?
because
You
there
got
was
Black.
definitely one girl that we gave to him, and
I was gonna say there.
she was known to have things.
Yes, there was a girl that he dated for a while. That I.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, that he
Okay.
when he came in, he dated her, and she was surprised that he was a fucking dick. And I'm like, girl, come on.
Well, damn. So that probably was a year or two before I even got there, because like I was
might have been.
2010 when I fucking started working. I think it was that fucking first year I was there, to be honest. So
He came in twice while I was there.
did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like it was annual, and then by the
Yeah.
time, like if that was twice, then you were out before that part. So because he came back again, like another, like I seen him 3 times,
Yeah.
but that was like later after I was in the DJ booth and shit. So Dave, did you meet anybody famous while we're on that same topic? Because I don't think we've talked about that one before.
I don't think I met anybody specifically famous except for the one guy that was on bail for murdering his family or some shit. And David something, some Hispanic guy that fucking I gave a hard time because he was just at the front door. I didn't know where the fuck he was, and then one of the other bouncers pointed out that who that was. What was his name? I can't remember the bouncer's name.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think that I actually personally met.
I think
Fuck,
There you go. Yeah.
And then I mean, there was probably times I'm pretty sure we had bands show up, but either I wasn't working or I don't know, I was not really paying attention. I was doing something else. I was stuck in the box or whatever.
Gotcha.
So
Adam?
didn't speak to you.
So we covered Pauly Shore.
Yep.
He's one. Then my next favorite one after that is the dude who played Abe in The Walking Dead. He was
nice.
at fucking Comic-Con, and it was
Right
a fat ass. It
on.
was a dope ass Saturday night, and him and some wrestling chicks were up in the VIP corner under the plane, and I fucking was just like jamming and having a good time. I was high as shit because this is my cocaine era, and I go running downstairs while this music's playing, and I come walking up to him in front of and like, hey man, I'm the DJ. I fucking love what you do on the show. Da 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 da. And he's just like, yeah man, that's great. I'm like, you want to hear anything special? He's like, no, you're doing fine. And I just like made my ego go fucking even higher. And I was like, yes. And I went back up, and then just rocked out the rest of the night. I felt like, yeah. So Abe, and whatever wrestling diva fucking chick. And then I mean, like, there's others, but like, who gives a fuck about asking Alexandria? Like, I don't even remember meeting them, to be honest.
Still
think-
on the resume though.
Like,
Yeah.
I think some members of Bone Thugs.
Okay.
That would be
They-
cool.
Again, they came in, they wandered around and sat down, and again, I'm just DJing and shit. I don't really recall like the actual meeting of them, but
That
I know
would
they
be
were
cool.
in there while I was there, and then I think that's that. I mean, like, there's probably others. I know there's like basketball dudes that fucking came in there, but I couldn't tell you who the fuck they were. We had the whatever dudes from Slipknot would occasionally come in, not
Yeah.
Corey, but like whatever the other fucking Sid or
Yeah,
somebody like
I was
that.
like, I
right?
met Sid a couple times.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen them. I just
There was one, I don't remember, kind of taller guy, bald head, ginger beard. I don't know if it was Stone Sour or Slipknot, but
I think that's Stone Sour.
yeah, he was in, and it
Yeah.
was one of their guys' birthdays, and he got a private dance from a girl, took her downstairs. She was so shit-faced that she fell asleep on him
Oh, fuck.
during the private dance.
Okay, yeah.
Like, and he had to fucking like scooch his way out of the booth, fucking go get the bouncer. I think it was Fish at the time.
Yeah.
And fucking like he had to go in there and fucking like slap her awake. Like, come on. And like she came back up and I was like, just fucking go home. Like, go home and think about your life. Like, it's 1 o'clock. It's like
Yeah.
we still got 4 more hours worth of work here, and you're already shit faced where you're falling asleep on people.
Fuck,
Think
dude.
about
And she
your
wasn't
life.
even a day shift. Like, it wasn't
Yeah,
like
it's
she'd
like
been
she had
drinking
just
all
started.
day.
Yeah.
No, you've been here for like 2 hours. Like,
So, question: when you knew that he was going to get a dance from her, were you instantly like, "This is
Yeah,
gonna
I knew
be
it
a
was gonna go
fucking
bad.
shit show"?
Yeah.
Okay.
oh yeah, and it was just horrible.
Yeah, sometimes you can just.
But yeah,
tell
I
that.
met a lot of the Stone Sour guys, Slipknot guys, Pauly Shore, obviously. There was Travis Pastrana when he came in. He was doing the
Yeah.
NASCAR circuit, race car shit.
Oh, okay.
And then he came in with Kyle Busch, which is another big guy in
I've heard
NASCAR.
that name, but I like the Bush. Well, that's the Bush.
Well, it was a Busch
series.
series, yeah.
but that was like fucking.
And then
forever ago.
Tech Nine, Chris Calhoun.
Oh,
Tech
okay.
9 would be cool.
Yeah, that shit was fun. That was at Duke's, not at Lumberyard.
Okay.
And then Jesse James Dupree.
I know
Nobody?
that. Is that
Nobody?
the car guy?
Nope.
Jesse James Dupree.
Whistler.
I know
I've
that
heard
name.
I've heard that name, but I just don't know
He's
who it
the
is.
lead single of Jekyll.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
with the
thought you said
chainsaw.
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
He came in. I think it was probably the last 2 years I was there.
Mm-hmm.
He came in one night, and that was pretty fun. I'd seen him. There's a TV show that he's kind of a part of. What is that place? It's in South Dakota. They do the big Harley rally thing there.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it.
Sturgis.
Yes,
There
thank
you go. Yeah. They have a bar up there, and they used to have a TV show that was in the bar basically, and that's how I knew him. So when I came, I was like, "Oh man, fucking TV star!" Like I knew he was in a band, but it was more of a TV star for me than because it's '80s hair metal band. Like
Right.
I used to have to play the shit out of that fucking band actually on day shift.
Yeah.
We had
Oh yeah.
specific rules. Yeah, I was
Yep.
like, I can still hear that shit.
Yeah, that's really the only. I mean, yeah. Besides, like, there's a few basketball players that came in, and like the arena league that we have here, the Barnstormers. There's a
Okay,
couple
yeah,
football
yeah.
players that would come in and shit. But otherwise, yeah, those are the real main celebrities that I can remember myself.
I'm sure there's others that are probably like somewhat famous that have like passed by me because I worked the door for so long, but I have no idea who people are because.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, because you could get somebody like you said, Comic-Con that comes in who's a voice actor.
Yeah.
That is, if they did the voice of the show that they were in, you'd be like, "Ugh," but they don't say anything. You have no fucking idea,
Right, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Plus, at that point, you're just like, get the fuck in the club.
Yeah,
I don't care.
right. Pastry boy, pastry boy, pastry boy, pastry boy, pastry boy, pastry boy, tree, pastry boy, pastry boy.
I mean, if they're not being douchebags in the line, because I mean that's like the filter. The door guy is like the filter to like make sure that okay, whom I'm allowing into the club could present a problem. Are they too fucking drunk while they're in line? Are they out here puking? Are they fucking like stumbling, falling down? Like getting to make that decision is like. It was fun for me in some respects if it wasn't fucking wintertime. Like when it's wintertime and it's cold as shit on the fucking door. No, fuck that. But like just hanging out on a nice like, summer autumn eve,
yeah.
like something like that. It's fucking fun out in the door in my opinion. It's like you're not seeing titties and pussy, but I mean like whatever. I was smoking cigarettes at that point, so I mean like I was out there just enjoying my fucking evening. But yeah, like you said, like a lot of times when they're drunk and annoying and shit, I'm just like get inside and get the fuck out of my way, like they're not too bad.
Thanks. You're supposed to be fucking filtering the drunk people.
No, they're not too bad. Well, I mean that's the
Come
thing.
on, bro.
You got a fucking a bachelor party of fucking 15, 20
Right.
fucking people. Two of them are probably too fucking hammered to come into the club, but you deny those two, you just lost that fucking money of
entire
all
party.
of the the entirety of the fucking bachelor party. Even though I'm sitting there trying to tell them like, hey, if you tip me and you tip the door girl, I can get everybody like half off cover. You know what I mean? Like you put fucking $25 in my pocket and give the door girls like $10, $15, $20 or whatever, and then everybody, the bachelor and best man are free. You're out there making like fucking hustling deals and shit like that, trying to put tips in the
it was
bouncer
supposed to be a
pocket.
club standard that bachelor parties anything over
Yeah, but they don't-
7 or 10 people.
Nah, see, no. You don't tell them that shit. You encourage them to tip you
for sure,
that
for sure.
information.
Craft
right?
that conversation.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, you direct that shit the way you want it to go because it put more money in your pocket. The word of the hustler.
Right. So I've got another topic here. I don't know if Dave or Adam could speak on it, but working for a featured entertainer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know me and you did that.
Oh yeah.
Even for the same featured entertainer, right?
Who did you work for? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I did like the Miss Nude Iowa back
Okay, yeah.
then. And side note again, back at Bear Girls, they also had actual porn stars that would come in,
Yeah.
and we would have to do their shows as well. I dated a feature entertainer, and I set up her choreography. I set up her music. I did her entire like back scene show. But we worked for multiple feature entertainers back in the day. Like
Yeah.
that was every weekend in a sense when it was in its heyday.
Well, yeah.
And
Did you
that's
ever travel with any of them?
No, not really.
Okay.
But that's one thing legitimately I would say that the clubs are missing now is a feature entertainer, is that one spark to bring in everybody. I mean, even if it's a porn star, even if it's somebody, I mean, let's be fucking real. If somebody brought in Stormy Daniels, the fucking money that would be rolling in right now, I'm like, that would be fucking insane.
Okay, yeah, definitely Stormy Daniels. I was gonna say, I think that
I was saying it'd have
for
to be
me,
a key niche almost.
like that's the thing is like I wouldn't go see a featured entertainer unless it was that purple bitch. And like so the internet has like ruined
I don't even know that
feature
purple
entertainer.
bitch.
See what I'm saying? Like like I don't know who's popular in porn. Like Mia Khalifa was popular for a fucking
I
minute.
say,
Like
unless
I
it's
don't know.
Angela White.
Yeah, like I
Okay, I was like, I know Angela White too. Let's be
I
real.
see. I don't know who that is. Like that's what I'm
You
saying.
don't
Like
be,
you know,
bro.
so
Right.
Google that shit later.
Right.
Homie.
okay, all right. What Angela
But
White?
Angela
if it's
White.
not
Okay,
feature
fair.
entertainer, I'm like, it's still a somewhat big name, and you
Right.
You
need
look at to entice.
right.
customers.
You need something
Most
that's
of the time, the club lost
Yeah.
on that because of what they had to pay the girl,
Yeah.
pay for the extra advertising.
not big
for it.
girls.
And so you,
Well,
but
I
you're
mean,
talking
when they were
about
doing
back in the
it.
heyday.
you're talking
Right,
about in
right,
the heyday
fair.
for sure. Because
Fair,
when
yeah,
I started
fair.
DJing, I did have featured entertainers come in. I did at least 3, if not more. I can't. Again, it's very hazy, but you know, so we did continue that tradition. But yeah, you're completely right, John. Is that like they, you know, you stop the fucking rotation, you put the featured entertainer on stage, and a bunch of people are all gathered around it, and then the girls are like, ah, well, there's nothing for us to fucking do, and they get that dumbass attitude. So you know, like the pros and cons of having the draw of a featured entertainer. Is she even getting that many people? You know, like that's
Is she worth
yeah.
bringing the people coming in?
Yeah,
the
So,
door?
and I was
so-
like, right,
And most of
heyday.
them don't
She
do private dances.
that I was like the
Like,
ones that I worked with did,
that-
and they
Oh,
charged
okay.
their own price.
Right, yeah.
So that's where they made their money at.
Mhm.
Plus,
Okay.
while that stage was shut down, that's where the other girls were able to really get in and make their money. Obviously, the guys are like, no, I want to see fucking
Yeah.
Lavette. That's just one I thought that actually
Yeah.
offered to suck my dick. But anyway, she like, so they do that, but legitimately, there's, let's say 60% of the guys that are bored as shit right now that want just the basics, and they
Mhm.
can get it a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
There's still some economics in that worked immensely.
Well, that's what we were talking about a couple episodes about the dollar dance
Yeah,
and how like girls be like, it's slow as fuck. It's slow. There's nothing. It's like there's 200 people in here.
right.
You go around and get $1 from everybody. That's $200.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, it may take you 40 minutes or so, give or take. Like, literally, all it is jiggle your
right.
ass.
A dollar
put your
dance
tits-
is 3 seconds.
Yeah, like, and you can make money, and then even that leads to private dances.
Exactly.
Or
Like,
at least the option to possibly get to
yeah,
that
instead of
point.
just
Like,
walking
it's-
up
yeah,
to a
it's
guy
just
and
like-
trying to cold call him and be like, "Hey,
Exactly.
you want to go downstairs in the private dance room?"
Yeah,
with
like
me?"
we Dave and I had gone there a couple of times not terribly long ago, and it's like a lot of them just walk right up to you and it's like, hey, you want to go down for a dance? You're coming with me or something like that, and it's like, can we just like get
No
to, like
full
I don't even
skills.
know who the fuck you are.
Yeah,
like talk to me.
no
It's
sales
just a
skills.
tiny
No.
tiny
no
little bit.
hellos, no
Yeah.
how you doing tonight, no
They don't know-
jingle the balls, no, it's just
So
straight.
that, yeah,
I'm
like that's my
guessing
question.
It's just it's a lot of new crowd, and I don't think there's a lot of like veterans that want to teach. Or
No,
there's
because
Oh,
that,
God,
that,
no.
that
actually
steps
wants
on
Well,
to
their
even
teach.
toes.
in
yeah.
my day, you can't get any of them to learn anything because
Right.
I would try to do that. I would stick somebody with or and be like, "Hey, this girl makes dumb money. Listen to everything that she would do, like, and
Fuck,
she will
I do
get you
mandatory
like."
classes. You need to come in. You got to work these 2 hours.
That's what it used. When I
That's
worked,
how-
and if you
yeah.
when
don't
I
do
started
these 2
at
hours to
Duke's,
sign
Yes.
up on this, you're
you
not
weren't
fucking
allowed
working.
to work.
Yes.
You had to work day shift. You
Yeah.
couldn't
Yes.
work night shift for so like you had to put in
Yep.
like 6 months, show that you could work,
Yep.
and then you could go to night shift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
it's-
nowadays you can't. Just can't.
They're
do that.
independent
Like,
contractors.
Do they still
There's
do
they're
dollar
getting
dances?
more like you know
no, dollar
like
dances are
yeah.
gone. At least the last time I went to the strip club.
Okay.
I
Sorry,
mean,
I didn't mean to cut you off
So
there.
no, like when I was DJing, like the girls wouldn't do dollar dances because, like, well, if one that came from like somewhere else that was still kind of thinking about doing dollar dances and was down there on the floor doing dollar dances, I'd always get another dancer in my ear. That girl's over there letting these guys like see everything on the floor, and it's like, no, she's not. She's not taking her fucking panties off. You're just jealous because they're giving her money. Like, go
Right.
do the same
She's
thing.
doing
And
the
the only
job.
rule was like, don't go to the stage.
Yeah, like
don't do a dollar
take
dance
Right.
at the tip rail.
Yeah.
Take that shit to the back. If you can like go up, talk to the guy, as long as the dancer's not right in his face, If she's off to the side or something, I didn't care. Go up, talk to the guy, see if you can get him to go, pull away from stage. Obviously try to get the dude to throw a couple dollars on stage before he leaves.
Throw an extra dollar with the guy you're talking.
Yeah,
throw an
if you get the
additional
guy
dollar.
to stand up, you should be paying the dancer that's on stage.
Yeah, absolutely. It's courtesy.
Yeah.
But again, you got these new girls that come in, don't get taught that kind of courtesy, and then they don't act with that courtesy, and then the old former, like the veterans are the ones that
tired,
start
burnt
getting
out, don't want to deal with some new broad.
Well, yeah, exactly. But then they get like a little irritated, like this girl stole my guy from my stage, and yeah, well, she followed the protocol of giving you extra money. It's not that when she's done with him, he'll be back at the stage, and you'll be off of the stage, and then it's your chance to do the same thing. I don't know. But protocols.
Back to the featured entertainer.
Oh, sure.
I actually got to work with one and travel the country and be her lackey, if you will, a few times.
Yeah.
It was for great money. I'd make like $400 or $500.
Yeah.
She paid for the hotel room. We used her truck. She paid for gas. She paid for food. Bought drinks at the club because they'd usually give her a free tab, and she didn't drink that much, so we do that. Fucking free drugs, I'm in. You're gonna pay me money and free drugs, I'll carry your bags.
Exactly.
What? I gotta go get your little. She had one of those little Fisher Price Harley Davidsons.
Yeah.
And she had a full LED suit that the assless chaps and shit like that. And she'd ride the little fucking motorcycle around and get dollars. She'd light herself on fire, or not herself on fire, but she did the twirly balls of fire.
Oh shit! Okay.
She did snakes.
Yeah.
That had to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, she's the one she did snakes all the time and shit. But she could handle her motherfucking shit. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
And she had it all down. She had fucking magazines. She had DVDs. She had trading cards, fucking posters. Fucking, she had this big ass band. We'd set up a fucking little shop in the back of the strip club and fucking just sell shit. And fucking go into small little places in Wisconsin to North Carolina, Texas, fucking Tennessee,
I didn't know you traveled with her. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was shortly after I got out of was released from the strip club.
I remember her before she was a feature entertainer. I remember her on day shift, actually. Yeah. That's crazy.
My experience with her was I was working the box, and she was there working whatever night it was. This is, who the fuck knows when it was, but I was down at the box, and I walk through counting dances and writing down songs and stuff, and I see in a booth there's a crumpled bill, and I pick it up, because the floor money is your money.
Yeah.
So go ahead and hold on to that, and I come out of the dance room and I'm at the box, and I undo the fucking bill, and it's got a fucking little bit of cocaine in it, and I'm just like, oh shit, and it's still in pretty chunky form, not fucking all completely busted down or anything. So I just wrapped that fucking bill back up in my hand and just put it down, and I'm just like, fuck, there's 3 cameras on me. But then she comes back downstairs and she starts going in and she's like, I lost something in there. And I'm just like, oh, you did? Huh. Yeah. What are you looking for? She's like, I lost a little bit of money. And I was like, I think it's this here. And she's like, oh my God. Yeah, it is. And so I gave her that. And then she handed me a fucking fat wad of actual ones, just to here, trade me back. I was like, okay, cool. I wasn't doing it at that point. So it wasn't a score for me. I was like, oh shit, I thought about selling it, but I mean, if she was back down there looking for it, I was like, fuck it, I'll help her out. And I didn't know her like you two knew her, to be honest. And Squeak knew her really well, so I
Squeak
think
also traveled with her.
I think that was where I was like, well, I want to take care of this girl because she's friends with friends of mine, and that kind of shit. So
I will say she was a girl that always took care of the employees. It didn't matter day shift, didn't matter what it was. She was always trying to pay very fair. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, even when we were on the road, we had a set amount that we agreed to that I would make. I think it was $400 for the weekend. I mean, we travel Thursday night, get to the club Friday afternoon, depending on the actual time of it, where we were traveling to. But yeah, $400 for basically 4 days, $100 a day.
Yeah.
Plus all the amenities, everything like that. So I mean, And then
Not bad.
I'd get home, and she had a little trailer. I'd unhook her trailer, repark her car, unload everything, and then she tipped me like another $200. Yeah,
Nice.
she took care of everything. It was nice.
The trading cards and shit. That's actually pretty smart. That's
Yeah, I mean,
actually-
there wasn't like trading cards and
No, but still, yeah.
Tops?
Like,
Not
it
a little
wasn't
booster
tops.
back
Still.
at 15
It didn't
random
have
cards and
still.
chance of hollow.
You got her stats on it and
I
shit.
mean,
like-
shit. How legs are spread apart.
Right.
How many ping pong balls can she throw at once?
You put 5 in a row and it's like the full spread.
Exactly.
No, it
Missed
was more of like
opportunities.
a little flyer, 4x4 flyer.
Still,
No,
that's
yeah, yeah,
actually
yeah.
pretty fucking smart. I'm like, good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think, I guess features would have been, probably actually technically would have fit with like famous personalities was at Big Girls, Bridget the Midget.
I met Bridget the Midget too. I forgot about that shit. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of interaction with her. She was pretty cool. She took pictures with other girls and stuff like that.
Nice.
Got on stage. I couldn't tell you much more. That whole Big Girls was like a black hole in my
Yes.
existence of my excursion from Lumberyard to Big Girls and then
Nice.
getting shot at. And
Oh yeah.
You
that's
got
right.
shot at?
oh yeah. So the would you call him? Okay, yeah, that fits. Mistress at the time.
Yes. Yes.
Her son from another marriage.
Okay.
Got a ride from another gentleman. That gentleman accused him of stealing sunglasses, and they got in a fight. I had to kick out his friend.
Right.
And as I'm ushering him outside, I'm just like, okay, man, you gotta go. He goes to his car, pulls out a fucking gun, and just starts fucking firing. And
Holy
I
shit.
just turn around, walk right back in, shut the door, lock it.
Yeah, they got that good steel front door.
And
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, you should probably call the cops, and tell no one to come out the front.
Yeah.
And I was like, because there's no one else gonna do. And so I just stood by the door and just like, all right, hopefully I don't get hit by this tiny little window. And next thing you know, sheriffs are there. They're saying that, blah, blah. I had to go to fucking give a deposition about it. Apparently the guy stole a gun he broke in. They did a B&E at a house on the west side in West Des Moines.
Holy shit.
Caught him.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was just like, well, that was maybe I should look for another job.
Yeah.
Because Big Girls sucked dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
The girls didn't tip out.
Yeah.
I didn't make enough money.
Yeah.
It was slow as fuck. It was dirty as fuck. Girls are doing horrible shit all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, Jesus Christ. And, I found a tip agency and got somewhere else. So,
That's
There you go.
crazy. Well, but that's actually an interesting topic though, because were you there when apparently one dude stepped on another dude's shoe and scuffed it, and the guy whose shoe got scuffed stabbed that motherfucker right in front of the stage like fucking
Oh, by the
5 to
closet?
10 times. I
No,
think
that's
so,
when
yes.
we got brought up.
Okay.
Was like 2
Okay.
weeks after that happened. We
Yeah.
got brought up.
Okay.
I still heard
Yeah.
about that on the news.
Yeah.
I heard about that from
That was some
people
fuck-
in the club.
That was some
Yeah.
crazy ass shit. I'm like, what, huh? It like blew my motherfucking mind.
Don't scuff a motherfucker's J's, man. Like,
Yeah, but that's stab worthy?
oh, dude, shit, yeah. If I
He
go,
poured salt on my
Some of those shoes are
sneakers.
fucking expensive.
you go to the south side of
Jesus.
Chicago, you're shot. You're not stabbed, you're shot.
Fuck. That's
Even
crazy.
the rats. The sheriff's got some giant fucking rats know not to step on shoes.
yes. Well, since you kind of brought it up, Adam,
Yo.
do you want to talk about your death?
Oh, shit.
Well, yeah, sure, we can do that. I think Andy was there that day too. John,
Oh,
you
were
were
you?
not.
I was at
however-
Menards.
I
I was
know.
clocked in.
Yeah.
He was getting wood.
Yeah, I was getting wood for the wood.
Well, okay, so it was a 2-for-1 Tuesday, and opening day shift. We started at 5-ish. I don't fucking know. It's probably like an hour into the day. Pretty slow day. Our one of our day shift dancers that had been a pretty good regular. She was like on a schedule and everything, and she came in quite often. Nice girl, very naive. Kind of just played that. Ditzy, and maybe it was an act, maybe it wasn't. I don't fucking know. Point being is that she brings a guy down, and I don't pay too much attention to it, but suddenly she comes running out of the dance room and she's like, my I don't remember, fucking customer or whatever the fuck she said. My customer, he just fell down. I need your help. And I'm like, oh fuck. So I go running into the damn dance room. And there's this guy just laid out on the ground and shit. And he's like kind of, I wouldn't call it convulsing, but he's just like not moving much. He's barely breathing and shit. And there's the worst part about this whole entire story is that down in one of the other fucking rows of booths is another fucking girl. I don't know if anybody remembers that fucking
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's grinding on a fucking dude, and she's just like yelling from down there. She's like, "You gotta give him CPR." I'm just like, holy fuck. I've never personally until that point seen a dead person. So like, like I,
You want to go see a dead body?
I just like, he started like pissing, and I could see it wet in his like crotch, and like fucking just like I just like, so I'm standing over him and like fucking like kind of squatted, and I'm just like trying to push on his fucking chest. I get the door girl to call the fucking 911. And she's on that shit. So
She calls me.
Yeah, so dude's just laying there. I'm trying to do chest compressions, but I could just like see the fade from his eyes as like he's just like leaving. And so the dude comes and goes in the same fucking motion or whatever. He gets his 2-for-1s. Basically, when we watch the camera back, what had happened is he gets the he gets the private dance. He helps the dancer put her bra back on, and then they both like stand up and like, he's about to pay her, and like he just kind of forward faces, collapses on the fucking ground, and that's, how she comes running out and she finds me. So the next few moments, the dance room clears out with she goes and takes her customer out, because I'm sure that's like boner dropping, I wouldn't imagine anybody would still want to continue a dance where there's a dead body like a few feet away from them. So I start setting up, like I open up the back door for the cops and paramedics to try and come in. I start setting up like a work utility light or something like that, to like be able to like get some extra light inside of the room and stuff, because it's dimly lit and whatnot. And yeah, so watch the guy die in private dance after getting a 2-for-1. And
I was not there.
no, you weren't there for that?
No.
What the fuck?
I don't
Who was
believe I've
DJing
ever
then?
heard this story.
Who was DJing then?
Was it Squeak still, or no? Maybe it was.
It
No,
had
'cause
to-
it was newer because I was working there, but I wasn't working that night.
Well, it had to be Squeak then, because like
I don't believe that was me.
it had to be. It had to have been Squeak then. I don't know. I thought that it was Andy, but
No.
I mean, no. So yeah, because I mean, like it was there. She did a seance at the end of the night to like
God,
try and like pass him out of the fucking dance room, and it was like, dude, the was fucked up about it, for a while. Like she was she was pretty upset. So gathered together here in front of Private Dance Booth 213 to honor the life of a man we knew nearly nothing about. Another Tuesday day shift nobody. This man, who left his wife at the grocery store to come get his discounted dirty kicks from a dancer, is no more. Another lost Voyager completing the journey of consciousness. So long, sir, and thank you for your addition to the PTSD.
What we like to do at the end of the show is to kind of get advice that only you could probably give to either a newcomer to the DJ or the strip club life, even if it's a customer, as a recommendation.
How you clean them toilets?
Or, yeah, so
Yeah, like
janitor
any-
work,
Any
DJ work.
kind of general advice.
Yeah, just what you could give a nugget of gold.
I actually haven't thought about that. So
Oh, sorry to put you on the spot, but that's
no,
how
it's
it
all
is.
good. The one thing that I think that makes a successful DJ, believe it or not, is not the music of knowledge, or the knowledge of music. Sorry, it is how you handle the stress and the pressure, and how you legitimately can put your, how you can put your best step forward legitimately every day, whether you have to come in high, whether you have to do your thing. Like it's fucking excruciating sometimes, especially on a day shift when you get that one fucking customer that comes in for 4 fucking hours.
Mhm.
But you know that you're still making that money. And the one thing I guess I always did was I always tried to put myself into the dancer's perspective in that case. So like, what would I feel like if I had to fucking go on stage 8 times for the same fucking asshole that's paid me $1 every time I've gone on stage? Because that girl is your money. That girl is the one that's paying you. If you don't get her any money, you don't get any money that day. At least, again, on a day shift.
Right,
It's
yeah.
different when you've got 30 girls on a Saturday night. But know that the money will come on different days, and you know, it's like the Shawshank Redemption theory. If you've ever seen Shawshank Redemption, sometimes you have to crawl through that fucking 3 football field length pipe to come out clean on the end.
There you go.
There
Yeah,
you go.
hell yeah.
There you go. There you go.
What you got, John? What's your advice?
Mine would be for bouncers. Don't ever let a problem get behind you. If you're kicking somebody out,
Hold
if
up.
you're
You already
somebody,
did that.
I did.
Yes.
Damn it!
Podcast amnesia. Try again.
Right?
We must.
I only know because I've had to listen to these so many times from editing. So
Well, shit.
We're eventually going to run out of tips.
It's
and
okay.
Yeah,
tricks.
right.
Maybe something you don't do.
I got a whole video on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess just always watch out for yourself when you're working as a bouncer. You got your security that you work with and everything like that, but at the end of the day, you are going home by yourself. So just keep yourself out of situations where you can't come back from.
My advice would be for bouncers again. You know, like fucking, you know, take care of the people that are taking care of you. It's kind of stemming off of what Andy said, you know, like, you know, those girls that are they're making their money, you know, they're doing their job. Try to make them happy. I know that's weird and like catery to a lot of, it's like adult babysitting in the DJ booth.
Yep.
It really is. Like, it's just, you know, like there's a lot to have to deal with, the emotional range of 35, 40 fucking adult women that are probably emotionally immature, emotionally damaged of the way, you know, like don't process things the right way. They're all drinking their fucking faces off, yada, yada, yada. But you just smile, fucking say, what can I do for you? Or you tell them you're far too busy spinning this hat in a circle.
Dave, what do you got?
I guess for bouncers, I think the real tip is to, I think, keep a cool and clear head. Don't let your ego or temper get the best of you. You'll lose the control of the situation. See
All
why
right.
cover your ass.
And or get shot at.
Andy, we want to say thank you from the Tip Rail Podcast for joining us on this very special episode. We'll have you back as soon as we can, for sure.
Thank you guys for having me. It's been a blast.
Yeah, thanks, Andy.
All
been
right, sitting
fun.
here at the Sniffers Row at the Tip Rail. We're your fucking #1 podcast. Get us an email at thetiprailpodcast@gmail.com. We'll fucking read it on air, maybe. Who knows? All right, peace.
All right, everybody, have a good night.
Thank you.